I'm so glad you're here.
I am so excited to be here. Thank you for saying absolutely and not being like, who are you?
No, we're mutuals. So far,
We're
the people
friends.
who have been on this podcast and the people that I've scheduled are just people that actually know me because any author who doesn't know me is going to be like, because
They're gonna be like,
why would they? They have nothing to listen back on and be like, oh yeah, you're not going to be weird on the internet. I'm not, but they have no way of knowing that. And so that I'm just
yeah.
the people that are on it so far are people that I know. This is If It Was a Book. It's a literary podcast where we, as two bookish people, discuss something that has happened in either my life or your life. Then we turn it into a story that we would read and or write. My qualifications are that I am a librarian and also a book talker, RIP Book Talk, probably by the time this comes out. And Morgan,
Big
introduce
sad.
yourself.
Hey, I'm Morgan. My handle is Books and Looks with 3 S's because they were all taken. My qualifications are RIP Book Talk, really sad about that. I am a bookstagrammer. I just started doing BookTube, which is very fun and exciting. I also, like Ashley, work at a library. I have
Yeah,
a
library
library page. It's
girlies.
so fun. We have to talk about it because
Yeah.
working at the library is an experience.
Yeah.
Things happen.
I mean, if you
And
want
it's
to
wild.
change your story from the one you were going to tell and tell a library story instead, we could always do that.
Yeah, but I like the
Okay.
one story.
I like
'cause
the
it's,
one that you had too,
embarrassing. And it's like I have personal, like it happened.
Yeah.
I've been doing Bookstagram for about 2 years and some change. It's fun. I love it. Talk mainly about reading and also fashion and styling and also now crochet because I just don't shut up about it because
Well,
it's a
because you're
hobby
really
that I
good
love.
at it. For those of us watching on YouTube, you can see her beautiful crocheted sweater that she made.
It's fun. I actually used a pattern for this one.
That's okay.
It was Realm Designs. So great. Yeah, I love it. I picked it up a couple years, like 2 years ago, I think, and it was so fun. It's just, I'll put a little audiobook in and just go to town. And
I love
it
an audiobook.
is great. Me too. What's your favorite, recently, or just in general, do you have any, favorite audiobooks? Sorry,
So one
not
that
to
I
put you on the
always go
spot.
back to. No, it's okay. One that I always go back to, and one that I've listened to like maybe 15 times in my life, probably more, because I used to listen to it to go to sleep, honestly. So there's two.
That's amazing.
Well, and they're really old because I've listened to them my whole life. So specifically, the second book in the Ally Carter Gallagher Girls series, "Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy," the introduction of Zach,
Amazing.
Smith, the love of my life, and then also the Ella Enchanted audiobook, Gail Carson Levine.
Oh,
It's really
you're
good, and it
speaking
has
my
like
language.
music, and it has like she does voices. It's so good. I love that audiobook. I used to listen to it like every night to go to sleep.
Me about to go on Libby right now
So
and
good.
see if they. That's amazing.
Well, and have you read the book? In that book, that is not in the movie, which should be because it's so good, is that she is so good at mimicking, and that's like how she learns all of these languages and how she like defeats the trolls. Is that like she mimics their power? A lot of the powers are like through the way that you talk, and because she can mimic them, that's like she's able to take over those powers, and I love that. Like that part specifically.
Yeah.
So good.
I just.
Oh my god,
I
yes!
just requested.
That's
I'm
exactly
so
the one.
excited.
That's exactly the one.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna be just like DMing you the entire time.
Oh,
I can't
please do. It's so good. Such a great time. And I feel like we get some stuff about her friend that we don't really get in the movie. It's been such a good time. And like that she knows Prince Charmant? I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
She knows him from like childhood. Like they're childhood friends to lovers. And in the movie,
Wait, really?
yes. Oh my god, yes. So like,
Wow, I gotta go back. I gotta go back
she
into
meets
it.
him at her mother's funeral.
Oh, wait, you're so right. Wow,
Yeah.
this is taking me back.
She like runs away to go be sad in the cemetery, and then he's there, and he's like, "Your mom was always really nice to me." And then
She's
they like
thanks.
hang out.
She's dead.
And he likes her before she goes to finishing school. Like he's like, "Hey," and she's like, "I'm busy."
Yeah, she's like, please. She's like, I'm trying to just not.
Yeah, she's just trying to not go to finishing school.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. It's so good. I love that book. And it's like not very long for how much happens. So much happens. It's so fast paced.
Yeah.
It's so fast paced. I love Elle Enchanted.
I can't wait. I simply can't wait to do that. I should do that and like crochet some like medieval, I don't know, something fun that's like theme wise that goes
Yeah.
along with it. Yeah,
Do it.
that's amazing. I can't wait to listen.
Do you want to
I
tell
think
us your story so that we can write a book about it?
yes. Oh God. It's like, it's okay. The reason why I chose this story is because one, it happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, but not a crazy amount.
Okay.
But it's realistic
Mm-hmm.
and also kind of born out of delusion, which we love. So the year is 2020.
Okay.
It's 2020. At that point, I think it's like March.
Okay.
It's giving spring 2020. I was in college, but I'm now back at home with my parents, obviously doing class doing a musical theater degree virtually,
Full COVID.
which was insane.
Theater degree.
Fully doing dance class in my garage, like crazy, like doing voice lessons over Zoom, like it's just insane. So I start to have like, in sidebar, fun facts about me, I've been like chronically single for most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I personally, when it comes to like having crushes on people or like getting towards possibly having a relationship with someone, timing has just never worked out for me.
Okay.
And that's okay. It's frustrating for sure. But yeah, it's just like never really worked out, or I've just been like scared of commitment.
I have commitment issues too.
We love. So basically, I start to have, you know, like you'll have dreams, right? And sometimes it's just random. Other times you'll have recurring dreams. I start to have this recurring dream about this guy that I was friends with in high school. So when I got into theater kind of late, because usually people who do musical theater are like, I've been doing it since I was 5. Mm-hmm. Like I was a child actor. I was into sports, so I started it like my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
And of course got the bug and the theater bug and was just obsessed from now on. So there was this one guy who I was always friends with, but I always was like, he's so cute. Like I had a crush on him, but like never really did anything about it because it just wasn't really possible. Not saying that like I couldn't have, but we just were friends. So basically, coming back to 2020, I start to have this recurring dream about this man who, by the way, I have moved. I grew up in Pennsylvania, so that was all in Pennsylvania. I've been living in North Carolina because I'm going to school here. My family ends up moving down here, so whatever. I have not thought about this man at all, really. I start having this recurring dream that I'm either, one, breaking up his wedding, and I'm like the person who's like, oh my God, stop, I'm in love with you. Or we're getting married. No, literally. Or we're getting married, or like backstage at my wedding, and I'm like, oh my God, like we end up getting together. And so I start to be like, is this something, is somebody trying to tell me something? Like, what does this mean? Like, should I be like reaching out to this person? And I think at once I had like texted him and I was like, hey, like, how's it going? Just like catching up. Because during that time, I feel like a lot of us were catching up with people because we had the time to be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? So that kind of happens. I'm not even kidding. Like, this is weeks and months apart from each other. So I have the dream, don't really think about it for a while, and then it happens again. Like, it keeps happening, but it's nothing too close to where like I'm thinking about it all the time. So that's why I'm having the dream, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this happens all from like spring 2020 into, I finally get one like when I'm moving out of my apartment when I graduated from college in the fall, like winter of 2020. So what do I do? Like any other person our age, then take it to TikTok.
Right.
And I'm very vague about it. And I'm like, hey everybody. So I've been having this like recurring dream about someone from high school. What should I do? My one friend who is also in the theater community DMs or like comments and is like, oh my God, you should do it, blah, blah, blah. And then she proceeds to text me and we're talking about it. Fun fact about this friend, she's like besties with him. Mm-hmm. Like they're both in Pittsburgh, they've been hanging out. And I'm like, I cannot tell you who this is. Like, absolutely not. And then I finally got to a point where I was like, oh, whatever, like, let me just tell her. So basically, she's guessing people that are our age in the theater, and then she says the person's name. And I'm like, yeah, it's that one. And again, I vividly remember because I'm like packing up my apartment to drive back to my parents' house. She says, that's so funny. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, why is that so funny? She comes back and said, we just started dating. I said, my God. And then she's like, this is so funny. You should tell him. And I'm like, no. I'm like,
No,
this
no,
is
ma'am.
so embarrassing. Yeah. So that was that. They're still together. Honestly, really happy for you both. Slay. But yeah, isn't that
Yeah,
wild?
I think that if someone was like, "Oh, that's so funny," and they're his best friend, I would be like, "He told them that he likes me." Be like, "Oh, that's so funny. He likes you too." And that's
No,
not what
literally, I
happened.
was like, no, literally, I was like, is she about to be like, yeah, exactly like what you
She's about
said.
to
Like,
hook
is
it,
he about to be
and then
like, oh, he
no.
was just talking about you? Or like he's been experiencing, yeah. I was like, oh, I was like, good thing I'm not in Pennsylvania.
No, for
I'm
real.
like, good thing I don't live there anymore, because like,
Yeah, I would stop
yeah.
responding. I would just be like, "Oh, that's crazy," and then I just would never, never
No,
answer
literally,
again.
I was like, haha, that's so funny. Oh my God. I was like, no, haha. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I had an idea because, like, if I would write the book,
Hmm.
I would not make him the main character. Like,
Okay.
I would obviously establish all of this backstory,
Hmm.
but the idea that I had that's very niche and also like would be a hilarious time was I honestly want to say it was during 2020. There was a TV series that Kristen Bell hosted where people from high school go back to their high school. They're older now. Go back to high school and re-perform their musicals that they performed in high school. And they're like literally middle age. It was wild, Ashley. Like, I think it was on Disney at one point. I don't think it's on anymore, which is really upsetting. But I think it would be so funny to be like, one, establish this backstory, right? Either like in the prologue or like, and it doesn't have to be super as involved as I said. And then like we jump to today where our main character is getting ready to go perform. Maybe there's a fundraiser for like something happened for somebody and they're like like putting it on again, or they're doing it for their like theater teacher or something. And I think it would be so good to be like thrust back into that with like, I wouldn't want to make it like a love triangle or anything. I would want to make the female main character either fall in love with his best friend
Hmm.
or the brother.
Okay, word.
It would be so good. It'd be
So,
so good.
so we're
And
in the
like
future.
a,
This is like after.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like prologue would be like explaining the whole situation. Or like,
I'm
I
a
don't know,
big
I'm not
prologue
like
hater. Let's learn throughout the book.
don't hate me, Ashley.
I hate prologue.
Yeah, but I hate like a back and forth. Like I don't like a back and forth though. Like I don't like a time jump. I'm not a time jump girly.
Okay.
So maybe just in the beginning then.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, maybe
is
like
that
the first
not what
couple
your
of
prologue
chapters.
would be? Would be like back then,
True.
and then
I
here's
mean,
the
you're
time
right.
jump,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
fine. I'm okay with like a
No,
chapter in the past.
we'll make it like it won't be the prologue. It'll be like this is happening and then it can be like a however many years later.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, cuz I feel like it could also be maybe it's like closing night of the performance in high school.
Okay.
And then there's like a moment
Right.
between the I keep wanting to say me. It is not me. It is
For
I am not
Azanta,
Ryan.
Azanta, she was the main character.
So it's your female. We have our female main character, and I feel like it should be. I don't know. Do you think it should be like two leads, or should it be like a lead and an on? I mean, how much do you know of musical theater wise?
I think it's more fun if they're both ensemble. They're like they get to spend so much time in the back stage. They're like having shenanigans, doing pranks
They're
and
like
stuff.
partnered for a number.
Right. Like
And they have to like do like pair dancing. Yeah.
right. Like they have so much more time to get to know each other than the leads
Mhm.
have because they're so busy doing the play.
You're so right. Okay, and our choices for the musical. Well, we can do anything, but like the musicals that I did in high school are. This is like really funny because this is so a testament to my old theater director. Young Frankenstein,
Okay.
The Addams Family,
Okay.
and Spamalot. All very similar. Isn't that so funny? I was like, yeah, our senior year when we did Spamalot, all the girls were like, thanks. Because there's like one female lead and it's like all men. And we're like, lovely. Incredible. So I think, I don't know. What do you know any of those
I'm
vibes?
aware, not like of the plays, but of
Mm-hmm.
the movies for all of these.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't even realize there were songs in Young Frankenstein. Uh, I
Yeah.
I know the Spamalot songs because I was
Yeah.
annoying, so I know those.
Because you were what?
'Cause I was annoying. I was just like really annoying in middle school, so I know all of the words to all of the Spamalot
I
songs.
mean, as you should. Yeah, fun facts about me. I sang the fish slapping song. I was
I
the
liked
mayor. They
the
made it into a woman's.
I like the
Because
Lancelot
yeah.
song
Oh, so good.
where he's
Yeah.
big and strong and hot.
Yes. Yes. And then it's all like they made all of the men into like the village people. It was really funny. I was like, that's so iconic. I feel like maybe Addams Family. Because like we could be ancestors. So like the ensemble, we're all like ancestors.
It doesn't have to be a play.
I'm not even kidding though. I'm gonna have to send you pictures of me in
Okay.
like musical stuff.
So, do you want to do your own, or do you want us to work together on a story? What are the vibes?
Yeah, we're working on the story together.
Okay, we're working on the
Absolutely.
story together. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, we've got The Addams Family is the play.
Well, maybe we should pick something that we both know. Because that'll be more.
I don't
What's
know
a musical
too
that you know?
much.
What's like? But it could be like so basic. Like,
Um,
there's got to be one that you like. No.
I've like watched some. I know
Okay.
the Legally Blonde musical really well.
Oh, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay.
When was the first showing of the Legally Blonde musical? Because if we're gonna make our timeline work,
Oh, it's like 2000 and. Okay. Sidebar though, have you ever seen The Search for Elle Woods?
no, but I know that it exists.
That's a cultural reset right there.
I did watch the
wild.
Legally Blonde
If
musical on YouTube,
YouTube?
many times.
They also have The Search for Elle Woods on YouTube. It's wild. Okay, let me look it up.
So, Legally Blonde musical came out in 2007. So, if we want to
Oh, amazing.
taking place in 2017,
Yeah.
it could
Yeah,
also
because
be
I don't want to.
the director's like retiring, and this is like a hey, we love
I think that's
you.
great. Yeah, yeah. And I don't really want to do. Well, 10 years makes sense. I don't really want to do anything COVID-wise.
Mhm.
Actually, it doesn't have to be when the musical came out because usually licensing rights
Yeah,
is later anyway.
it'll be later. Yeah, so we could do like so I graduated in 2015. So
Yeah.
my 10-year reunion is like this year, I guess. I don't
Oh
know.
my god, I graduated in 2016. So mine's next year. Ew. That's crazy. Wild. Yeah, maybe like the high school. Yeah, maybe it like coincides. I think like coinciding with the director's retirement
Right.
would be really great. I love that I've made it into like theater.
You're like, yeah,
Wild.
make it theater.
I was like, make it theater. I was like, well, I got a college degree from it. Why not? So it could totally be in high school. They a lot of times in the areas they do awards,
Mhm.
and from there, the like only like the best actor and best actress winners end up going to New York to do the Jimmy Awards. If you've ever heard about that, so I think it could be like a reason why they choose this specific cast is because it got like the most awards from the shows that the director has directed at the high school. So you're like, that does not matter, but okay.
No, like, yeah,
Um,
theater. I'm with you. I just don't know that much.
Yeah. So I think, well, I feel like it could be one or two things. I think we could do like what we were talking about, where it's like the first couple chapters talking about beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like would it be too much to just jump right into?
I personally will jump right in and then I'll like explain as we go. I'll be like, oh yeah, and that's why I know this person and that's why I knew that person. But I know that that's not everybody's favorite, but I personally prefer the show and not tell um, kind
Okay.
of writing style where
Yeah.
you don't necessarily know what's going on at the beginning,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
figure it out as you go, as opposed to like being told everything right from the get-go.
Okay. Yeah. We open.
We open.
Should it be? Because I feel like it could be fun to do like a teaser, like it's closing night
Mm-hmm.
of the performance
Mm-hmm.
in high school. And like maybe these two characters like have a moment
Yeah.
where it's closing night, you know, oh my god, you guys, oh my god, you guys, is happening. Everyone's
Oh
like,
my god, you guys.
we have a Delta Nu sister and
Oh my
a
god, the
frat
Greek
guy.
chorus.
The Greek chorus is alive and well. And so we like start on closing night. We start on closing night. They like vows happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's the cast party. The moment happens at the cast party.
Okay.
The cast party. So there's a cast party at somebody's house. Maybe we have like the female main character. Somebody brings in like alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
The female main character is like tipsy and like says something to him, but he's like passed out. So
Okay, hold on. I'm thinking
like,
about with your story, what
yeah.
would be kind of interesting would
Mm-hmm.
be if he had just started dating that girl who's your friend.
Mm-hmm.
In because this is you now. So the female main
Yeah.
character's you. in, in this example. Unless we want to
Yeah.
name them. You want to give them a name?
Sure.
What's our
I
female
just
main
have to
character's
think
name?
of. Actually, no. I feel like
I'll call
do
him
you have
Ryan. I feel like that's a good
Ryan. Okay,
high school
we'll do
boy
a
name.
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah. And then I don't know.
Martha? I don't know.
Not Martha. It's Martha Washington. Like Chloe.
Chloe. It could be Chloe. That's also a high
don't
school
know.
name.
Yeah. Yeah, like Chloe and Ryan.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Chloe and Ryan have been kind of dancing around each other the whole semester through the like cast things and through the
Yeah.
show, and they're like having cute little moments and they're like really close friends. But neither of them have said anything. Both of them are pretty sure the other person is like not interested because neither of them have said
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah.
when she goes to tell him at the cast party, being like a little tipsy, feeling confident, and being like, "Oh my god, Ryan, hey," with a little heart, and then he's like, "I do really like you, but actually, Olivia just told me that she likes me, and we started dating at the end of the show." Like at IHOP,
Yeah.
wherever people go after the show. It's always IHOP.
Denny's. It's
Okay.
Denny's IHOP. Yes.
They were at Denny's and she asked him
Yeah.
and he is like, I gotta give this a shot. Like I just said yes. I can't be like, actually no, because someone who's I think is cuter than you asked me, so bleh. You know?
Well, what if it was like she got caught them kissing?
Oh yeah, so she never
I feel like
she
that
never
would be,
says anything,
yeah.
but like
So
hard
she
as
never
crutch.
knows. Yeah, she's going to go say something, and then like, but they don't see her. Like
Right.
she just like
And maybe
opens
it's
up.
casual, who knows, but like
Yeah,
she
but like
sees that and it's
she
like,
sees them, they don't see her, and she like immediately runs off. Whatever.
right.
So I feel like start with that.
And now we're in the future.
Then we're in the future.
You get like an email from the
and-
assistant director being like, "Do you want to do this final show for the
Yes.
retiring director?"
Yeah, and I feel like it could definitely be she. Do we want to make her? Like, does she do this for a living?
So I feel like those are your options. Is that like either
Yeah.
she's still in the theater world and she's doing that, or she doesn't get to have a creative outlet anymore, and that like brings it out of her and makes her realize that she's in
Yeah.
a corporate rut.
Yes. Yeah, that was so aggressive. I said yes. No. I think that's great. Because then it could be like, this brings her back. Because I feel like if it was like she's off in New York on Broadway, then I don't want to make it like her, everybody else. Not talent-wise, but just like...
Well, especially since she was
social-wise.
like in the ensemble. Like she wasn't,
Yeah.
not that
Yeah.
you can't be successful after having been in the ensemble, but just that like it was something she was doing for fun and really enjoying, and she did really like it, but life gets
Yeah.
in the way. You get a major at school that you want to make money with, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
But I
No,
think
that
that
sounds great.
not
So-
to every single time. I'm like, hey, here's the beginning and the end. But and there's
Yeah.
no middle. But I think that that would be good character development for her is to like rejoin community theater at the end. Is that like
Yeah.
I missed this part of my life and now I get to do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So that we're not just doing romance, that we also have like some character development and that
Oh,
she
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, that sounds great.
and that
Okay,
you can have
so yeah, she
hobbies that
gets the
aren't your
email.
job. That like
Oh, yeah. Like we want to have fulfilling things in our
yeah.
lives. Absolutely. Yeah. She gets the email and she's like, she gets lit up because she's like, oh my God. Like, do we want to, yeah, so I guess we don't want to introduce like a dream situation. Maybe it's like throughout, sorry, this is how my brain works.
How
It's
about
definitely
once
giving
she sees
undiagnosed
him again?
ADHD.
After she sees
The
him
dreams
again
start.
for the first time, the dreams
Yeah.
start, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fresh in her
But
mind,
my
in
thing
the
is,
subconscious.
I don't want them to end up together though.
Okay.
Like, I want her to be with someone else.
I think that's
I want
fair.
her to be, yeah, I
But I
want her
think
to be
that
with like,
go ahead.
the feelings are still there,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. Like once they're back into the swing of things, of
Mm-hmm.
course, because you know showmances and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I want it to be the sense of like, not in a hateful way, but I want there to be like regret, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
from kind of his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Not it's not going to be a dual POV situation, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
So I think that we need to pull in some fake dating. I think that we need
Okay.
fake dating for this, and that like
Yes.
so she sees him again, she starts having these dreams, and maybe because of the dreams, she's acting a little weird around him. And he's like, "Why are you being
Yeah.
kind of weird?" And
Yeah.
maybe she still thinks that he's seeing someone, like
Yeah.
maybe he has like a phone call that says like "sweetie" or something on it, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's he's in a relationship." And then
Yeah.
whether he is or not, she now needs to defend why she's being weird. And so she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, I'm dating this other guy, or I like have feelings for this other guy."
Mm-hmm.
Things such as that. And I think
Yeah.
that Sweetie is this guy is going to end up being a single parent. I know that he's not our main guy, but
Yeah.
Sweetie
Yeah.
is his daughter or his son or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like
Well,
that's
I have a good idea.
yes.
So, I think what should happen, like along the lines for sure. So she gets to like pre-select everybody, and I think we have her and we have the best friend or the brother of Ryan
Mm-hmm.
as the other lead. So they're opposite each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's been like cast,
Mm-hmm.
right? She gets to the rehearsal
Mm-hmm.
and finds out that the girl he was making out with is the director. And then we find out that they're dating.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we don't know that. Like it becomes revealed later.
Right.
So they start doing rehearsals and they're doing all of these numbers where kind of everyone's involved. So she's having that time with him. Like he's in the ensemble, she's a lead. So they're like catching up. And there's like these feelings, these sparks are like coming. Well, not sparks. These feelings are coming back from before. And that's when we get the first dream. And I think it should definitely be kind of like in an Emily Henry-esque of like, it's a chapter and it's like, she dreamed about Ryan last night or something like that. Or it can be kind of like a dream sequence of stop. And like, she's like stopping the wedding or whatever. And she wakes up and she's like really confused. But then obviously like these things happen. So we get to like a good, I want to say like a fourth in,
Mm-hmm.
and we find out that the director girl and Ryan are dating. And she's like, oh my God. And then from there, I think to hide those feelings and to like move on or like get through the experience, she decides she like talks with the friend. Do we want to do brother or should we do like his best friend?
I think best friend would make more sense because if they're brothers, they have to be like twins to be in the same graduating class. And that can just be like harder. And I don't know, that's a lot of effort. And then also like twin things kind of fall into like, do you like me or do you just like someone who looks or acts or is similar to So I'm thinking about how this is all going down.
Yeah.
You can nix this, but I think it would be fun if she has written a letter to him, like a physical letter being like,
Mm-hmm.
seeing you again, bringing up all of these things, and like if you want to give it a shot, because she's still like too nervous to say anything, especially because last time she was going to say something, he was
Mm-hmm.
kissing someone else, and so like this just gives her a
Yeah.
way to be like, here and goodbye. And so
Yeah.
she has written this letter. She is backstage. She sees them either talking or like something happens where she finds out that they're dating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that either she leaves the letter or she throws it away, and the best friend is like right next to her and sees this happening.
Mm-hmm.
So sees her see that, and then either
Mm-hmm.
picks up off the ground or out of the trash the letter
Yeah.
addressed to his
Yeah.
friend, and he's being nosy. So he's like, I'm opening this,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's like, so then he will propose the fake dating as
Okay.
a like, hey man,
Yeah.
I see that you're interested in my friend. He's
Yeah.
occupado.
Yeah. What if we could do that, or what if she writes the letter but never addresses it?
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't say like
Oh,
to
so
so and so. It just says like, and he ends up getting it.
uh-huh. Like on
And
the
then
wrong
he's
dressing
like,
room thing.
yeah.
Okay.
He ends up getting it, and then he like comes up to her and he's like, hey, listen, like I don't know you like that, and she explains the situation, and then he's like, okay, well we can fake date.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think is
No, I like that. I like that. It's very, what's his name? John Krasinski from the
Yeah.
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 John
And so
doesn't sound right. What was his name?
wait, do you mean in
To all the
in
boys I've loved before. What's the main guy?
his name's Peter Kavinsky. I don't
That guy.
remember his actual
No,
name
that
though.
guy. But the thing where the like, hey, I'm not really interested, and she's like, that was not for you,
Yeah.
happens in that.
And then he decides to be nice, and he's like, yeah, no, we can totally like to get you through this time.
Yeah, just
'Cause
like
then he can be like,
until the anniversary is over, like until this show,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
we don't have to talk about
and
this.
he can be like, yeah, like hey, like yeah, like they're together or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think what would be really fun is obviously like we have a lot of fun like bonding moments because obviously like so we're doing Legally Blonde. So she's playing Elle Woods and he's playing Emmett Forrest.
My question here is that I think that if they are going to be Elle and Emmett, which is totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
They also had to have been Elle and Emmett in the original. I don't think that you can
I don't think so.
recast
No,
for the anniversary edition.
No, we can't. But we can. This is my book. I think we can because I think not everybody came back.
Oh, okay, so
And
like the original
we could
Elle
do,
and
like-
the original, maybe
Yeah.
even he's the original Emmett. I don't know, but the original Elle
also,
is busy.
it's not going to be only people in a certain grade
Mhm.
because obviously, like we're at a high school, so it'll be like
So it's not just people who are here
Freshmen.
for the anniversary.
No.
That's just how they pulled her through.
it'll be an anniversary of the performance. So everyone who was in the performance. So if it's like a performance in like 2016, it'll be like everyone from like freshmen to seniors would have been like asked back. And we could even do, if we wanted to like really solidify, we can have like an audition scene where she ends up auditioning and then she gets the part because they can show up and be like, because this happened in the TV show that I was telling you about, where someone just can't come back. They do an audition where they all sing a song and then they like kind of decide from there.
No,
So
that
we
makes
can
sense.
have,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
you now. I wasn't, but
Yes.
I am now. I think because I
No,
didn't
you're
watch the TV show, I didn't know what was happening.
I really want to send, I'm going to see if there's like a YouTube, there's got to be like a YouTube something. So I'll send it to you so you can like,
No, but I'm with you now.
it's just fun. I wish they still had it, but
I think it would
yeah.
be good if he was Emmett the first time and is still Emmett this time.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the girl who
Yeah.
played Elle is no longer available, or she's like busy, or like in a different state
Yeah.
and can't come back or whatever. And so they hold auditions for the new Elle. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm there. Because I was like, the original guy has to be in the ensemble because they're doing like fun little ensemble pranks as their
Yeah.
like bonding
Yeah.
moments. So I'm with you. I'm with you.
So we get to, they're in the rehearsal period. Again, they're doing the scenes where she's able to be with Ryan and kind of like, they get that banter back.
What's the best friend's
Then,
name?
ooh. Do we want, okay, this is the question. Do we want someone edgy? Like, who do we want? Do we want somebody who's like edgy? Not me thinking, I was like, Shane. I'm like thinking, literally, you know what it is? I was on Threads the other day and a picture of War and Peace from Sky High was on Threads and I'm like, Yes.
Yes. Honestly, yeah.
I guess.
We could have Warren from Sky
Yeah.
High.
Let's do Warren. His name is Warren.
Warren.
Well,
That's a
well,
name.
maybe
That's a real
should we do like Nicholas?
name. Okay.
Or do we want something more fun? Like Warren could be fun.
I think
Well,
Warren is fine. Warren is like a real
okay.
name. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
War and, but Warren.
Warren. War
Warren,
and Peace
like,
is his
wait,
full name.
wait, isn't Warren the other guy in Legally Blonde?
No, it's Emmett.
No, the guy that she chases
Oh,
to.
Warner.
Warner!
Warner. Yeah.
Okay.
That's so funny. I was like, wait, what? Yes. Yeah, yeah. So maybe he's like,
I think Nicholas.
do we want to make him,
I'm going
okay,
for Nicholas.
Nicholas, do we want to make him, okay, so like lore about like high school theater,
Okay.
right? There's never enough guys.
Yeah, that's
So
why
they
I was like,
always
how
try
did you
to
guys
find-
do spam a lot and stuff?
Literally. It's because my school, well, theater was cool, so like everybody kind of everywhere. I think we should make Nicholas the jock.
Okay.
And so like in high school, he was nice. It's not like he was ill or anything like that, but he was like, it's giving Troy Bolton. He was star quarterback. And then he did theater in the spring. So I think he's popular. I think he has a little edge to him. But he's a nice, like, he's a genuine guy that, like, he sees what happens and he wants to help out, right? But, like, again, is it Chloe? Are we going by Chloe, or is Chloe the other girl?
No, Olivia is the other girl.
Yes. So Chloe has, like, obviously been friends with him, but has never, like, obviously he's an attractive man. But, like, at the time, it just, like, it's not attainable. She was like, we're not really, whatever. So I think it's fun if we have, like, these moments where they're having to go out and, like, they always have, like, you want to have chemistry, obviously, when you're doing theater. So they start to go on these, like, pseudo dates to, like, build that for the production. But also, like, it could be a situation of, like, I don't want to make this, like, too convoluted because I'm adding a lot of things into it. But, like, you know, like, she's the man when they go and double date. And it's like the two.
Like she pays? Or like, what do you mean?
No. Have you seen She's the Man?
Yes. I'm sorry.
When they're like in the pizza parlor and they're like double dating. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's when it's
the only
when
pizza parlor part I can remember is when like she gets all of her friends to like pretend to be in love with him.
No. So but yes. It's basically Duke. God, I'm like making this so convoluted. It's Duke and Olivia, and then it's Sebastian and Eunice.
Oh yeah,
Remember
Eunice.
Yeah. So it's like an awkward. So I think it can definitely be, obviously, again, like it's not as like, obviously, like we're in love with each other and with different people, but it's like an awkward kind of. They're like, yeah, do you guys want to go get food afterwards? And they can't really say no, and so it's like an awkward, like having to like fake date and act like you're in love with the other couple who's like seemingly perfect.
Yeah, I love little scenes where they like get to know each other more and like have hijinks. I like that.
Yes. Yeah. We could also do, I don't know, what else would you think would be good to like add?
My thoughts are that like we need some reasons why the best friend is invested. So either he liked Olivia in high school and then missed his chance just like Chloe missed her chance.
Yeah.
Or he liked Chloe in high school and he's like, this is my chance to like try that. So
I think that would be
either they're flipping a love square or there's
Yeah.
like she never saw him because she was too focused on his best friend.
I think that should be it. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of times, I don't know, at least the books I've read, I feel like a lot of it, it's like square flipped. And I think it would be interesting if it was he had these teensy little feelings for
Yeah.
Chloe.
Maybe even he like asked her in high school and she thought it was a joke because he was a jock.
Yeah. And that could be like, I know I hate like a flip back, but I feel like that would be really fun to like put that in there to be like, hey Chloe, you did really great
At theater.
be like flip back to high school and be like, hey Chloe, you did really good at theater. I just wanted to know if you wanted to go to the dance with me or like to go to homecoming with me.
That might even be a good for some tension when they're first like deciding to fake date, where like she thinks he's making fun of her because of the letter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Maybe he was a little asshole in high school.
right.
Like maybe he was nice, but like he was
Well, and when you're
not bullying her,
18,
but
you
like,
know, yeah, you're
yeah,
tugging pigtails. You're
yeah,
being mean to the person that you like, thinking
yeah,
that like they can't know that you like them, so you got to be kind of a dick about it,
yeah.
as high
It's
school
like,
is.
this is so funny because I'm reading it right now, but I'm rereading From Lukov with Love
Mhm.
by Mariana Zapata. And that's very much so, like, their dynamic is very, like, you're the worst, like, you suck, like, being mean to each other.
Mhm.
I don't think it needs to be, like, we don't want to get into, we're not bullying.
Right.
That's not, like,
I'm not a
the
bully romance
scenario.
girly, so sorry.
Absolutely not. Like, that is, but I think, like, maybe it's the sense of like, their not friendship relationship is them just like, messing with each other.
Mhm.
So he obviously has these feelings, but she just thinks he's like messing with her.
Yeah, so maybe they
And
were like
she's just focused
good
on other
friends
things.
in high school,
Yeah.
and he like
Yeah.
did genuinely try to ask her out, and she was like, haha, funny joke that you make all the time.
Yeah. She's like, you're hilarious. And she's just like, because her mindset is just on the other guy.
Right.
And just on other things. So bringing in, I think, great idea with the single dad.
Mhm.
How do we want to bring that in?
So that's not our main guy. That's like Jake, right? Or do you want that to be?
What do you mean the main guy? Do you mean
That's not Nick.
okay, so
That's
it's
Jake, right? Who's the single dad?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say
I was
the main guy.
saying Jake, but that was when he wasn't dating the girl. That was when it was like a
Okay.
misunderstanding based off of like
Okay.
seeing the phone and having the like
Yeah.
pet name on it, but it was a pet name for his daughter.
Yeah.
So it was like a full
Oh,
misunderstanding that he
yeah.
was never seeing anyone else, but like,
Yeah.
but I don't think that really works with sort of what we're talking about.
No.
It could be Nicholas. Nicholas could be a single dad.
Yeah.
And in that sense, I think in a similar way where like when he offers to fake date, she's like, "Won't your girlfriend be upset or your wife or whatever?"
Mhm.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Sweetie or whatever is on your phone." And he's like,
Yeah.
"You mean Zoe, my daughter, or whatever?"
Yeah. 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 No, that could be really good. I think it also could definitely be like if we want to go like the football route,
Mhm.
maybe he did football in college and then ended up like
Too many
maybe he's still doing
TBIs,
something.
had to retire.
He's just too good.
No, TBIs
Maybe.
are concussions. He got too many
Oh.
concussions in football. They tackled him too many times. He's
Oh
done
my
so.
God, no.
He's okay. He
He's
just can't
yeah, but
play
his brain
contact
is
sports anymore.
yeah. We could do that, or
Or we could.
I was like TBI. What I thought
Traumatic
my
brain injury.
You know what's bad? My brain went to RBI, which is in baseball, which is like I don't even remember. God, I played softball. I don't remember, but it could be like he just coaches now.
Well, and not everybody can make it into the NFL, you know? Like, you gotta.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not everybody's gonna make it. You could be really good in college and still not be in the NFL.
Yeah.
It does
I
have
think
to end at some point
true.
for
Yeah,
most people.
exactly.
But
Because we don't want too many. I just said RBIs again.
TBI.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
TBI.
I love a hockey romance, and my fiance is like, so they don't have any teeth, and I was like, what? And he's like, yeah,
like, don't
hockey
talk
players historically lose a lot of their teeth from the game, and I was like, what?
You're like, don't you dare ruin this for
I'm
me.
like, shut the
Don't you dare.
Why are
You're
you
like,
telling me
stop.
this?
So
We gotta have a resolution. Like, how do we
yeah.
is there a misunderstanding? What are we gonna have as our resolution here? So we're fake dating.
Mm-hmm.
Feelings are happening.
Yeah.
It's gotta come out to the other people that we were faking it at some point.
Yeah.
Perhaps then
Maybe.
at that cast party after the show.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, are we done now or no? Because we're fake dating, but like we like each other.
Okay. I think it could go many different ways.
Hold on. Sorry. I just thought of something and you can nix this. That's fine.
No, tell me.
My
Please.
thoughts are, so I think that Ryan is the understudy for Emmett. And I think that Nicholas, very suddenly, on the day of the performance, has to go, like, take his daughter to the hospital or something. Like, he cannot be there. And it is for a reason of his daughter, like, family emergency, I must leave. He must away.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jake steps in, and then it's Jake and Chloe side by side. as the leads, sort of playing out this romance. Chloe sort of realizes that she liked the idea of him and not him as a person. She likes him just as much as Emmett than she liked him as Jake, realizing that it's like, oh, I just like the aesthetic of him and like the idea of him and not him as a person. And so then she's got to like, maybe she'll go to the hospital where the daughter, I think I named her Zoe, I think, where Zoe and Nicholas are, and she'll like bring something for Zoe and sort of, it was you all along. I realize now that like what we have is real, and what do you think, and all that.
I think piggybacking off of that, because I love that idea, I think it's great. I think while she's simultaneously having those thoughts during the performance, Jake is realizing, shoot, I like her. I am in, And so after the curtain comes down, everyone's like celebrating, and he kind of makes, not like on purpose, but he makes this kind of like public declaration where like the cast is backstage. Olivia is
the like second female lead.
The girl.
Yeah.
Olivia's like backstage, and he's like, oh my God, that was incredible. Like, this just kind of made me like realize that I think I love you. Like, I think I want to like try this out. And
Chloe?
Obviously she's, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So curtain comes down. They're still backstage. They're still in their costumes. They're like, oh my God, this was amazing. And like Chloe's celebrating, but she's like, oh my gosh, I have to like go tell him. I have to go tell
Nick.
Jake grabs her arm. And he's like, that was amazing. He like pulls her into a hug. There's like a moment. She doesn't like, it's definitely like,
yeah, he leans in and she's like,
there's lingering. Yeah. Like there's like a lingering hug, and she's just like, okay. And then he's like, oh my God, that was great. Like, he's like so excited. And then it turns into like, oh my God, I think I love you. And like, maybe Olivia's behind and like hears it or whatever. But Chloe is like, this is so, oh my God, it's so Legally Blonde coded though, because she can be like, I've wanted you to say that for like that long. I've always like dreamed about this, but I am in love with someone else, and
I need to go be with him right now.
I have to go be with him right now. So she like runs in her like Legally Blonde stiletto.
Yeah, she's
like,
still in the
shoes.
like pink suit, and
she's still in the pink suit. She gets to the, and I think also like there's definitely moments where like she's met his daughter, like they have a relationship for sure. Like they've hung out, and there can be some fun like forced proximity moments within that. But she like goes to the hospital, and either the daughter can be like asleep or what, and she kind of like declares, it's so Legally Blonde coded. I love it. She like declares that she's like, oh, it's like, I just had this realization that I wanted it to be you. Like, you've brought my love of theater back, and you've just like made me have my love for life again. And I think it can be like a really fun,
I like that. I think that in an epilogue, it would also be really cute if she and Zoe are both in a production together. Like, they're both in a community theater. Like, Zoe's like a little girl in the movie or whatever that they're doing. Play that they're doing. Maybe Chloe's in the ensemble or something, but they're like both in a play together, and that's something that they do together as like a bonding thing. And Nick has like 2 bouquets, and he's like, one for you and one for you. Like,
we could also be annoying and be those people where we add an extra epilogue, and it's like very long down the line, and they do Mamma Mia together as Donna and Sophie.
That's cute.
That would be cute. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say double epilogue. She's pregnant. I feel like that's always what the double epilogue is. They're like 5 years later.
Marriage,
by the way,
pregnancy.
she's pregnant.
You know what? Sometimes I love it, because I'm like, you know what? I love these characters. I'm glad that they're living, and I think that's their choice. But yeah, we don't need it every time, please.
The only time I think it's useful is, did you ever read the Pucked books by Helena Hunting?
No, but I have them.
They're Twilight fanfiction, which is very important to the story. Oh yeah. Oh yes. They're Twilight fanfiction, which is a list of all of the books that are published Twilight fanfiction, because there's a lot. And one of them is a Mariana Zapata book. If you want to do the Mariana Zapata
which one
book.
is it?
It's something about tattoos. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, yeah, send it to me, please. I need it. That would be amazing.
But yes, okay, Pucked is a Twilight fanfiction. It's also just, like, what plot the whole time. I started listening to those after I read her All In series, which I love. That series
Yeah.
is my favorite series she's ever done. But anyways, back to the
Yeah.
point. The Pucked series, they have kids, and then other people on the hockey team who are like the other Cullens.
Oh, so it's like
also have
second.
kids. And then there's second
Okay.
generation. And
Yeah.
then they
Yeah,
are
yeah.
hanging out. And I'm like,
Okay.
honestly, that was good. As long as I get to follow
what?
the second generation,
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
If I'm having a silly little fun time, absolutely.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just want to like.
What was
Yeah,
wild
give me-
is that the second generation books were like dark. I was like, where did this come from?
You were like, oh,
It was
okay.
actually like
You're like,
full plot, and I was like, oh my god, this is scary.
you're like, what is
She like
this?
gets kidnapped at a carnival, and it's like a lot.
Come on, you're like not the 360.
I was like,
I'm
whoa.
dead.
And I didn't
my God.
realize that they were related until I noticed
Yeah.
that, like, I think he says something about his mom, and I'm like, wait, Violet's the main character in the Twilight fanfiction. That's Bella in the Twilight fanfiction.
I'm
And
dead.
then I realized that
I'm
they were
so
the
dead.
kids.
That's insane.
I think
That
it's
is
actually a
wild.
merge. I think that, like,
Yeah.
the daughter is from the Pucked series, and the
Okay.
son is from the All In series.
Okay.
And that, like, merges together
wild.
into the second generation.
No, I'm like not even kidding. Please send me that.
Is there anything else
At
you
all.
want to add to your story? So we had some childhood friends to fake dating to lovers. We have some single parent.
Yeah.
We have, I'm sure, a misunderstanding.
Yeah. I think do we want them?
Double epilogue.
Well, I guess it's.
No
I guess
pregnancy.
it would be. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I guess it would be like a slow burn.
Yeah, I think it's a
essentially.
slow burn.
Like no third breakup. I don't think there's.
No, it's not a third act. I think
No.
that, like, where a third act would be like him not showing up to the play, and like we're
Yeah.
all a little worried.
And you know what should happen the day before? They should like finally. They have
Okay.
like night before they're nervous. Like it should be like. I don't know. I eat up some forced proximity or like an only one bed, but I don't know. Like I don't want
I
to.
think that I think that
I don't want to keep throwing in tropes.
No, I'll throw in some more. So I think that she doesn't live in the town anymore. So she was staying at like an Airbnb or something. It floods.
Yeah.
So now she has to stay with
Amazing.
him and his daughter.
Yes.
So that's why they're forced proximity.
Okay.
They're
Yes.
they're in
Yes,
really
yes.
close quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's what's going on there. So
And that's how the daughter can discover her love for theater.
yeah, like
Yeah.
they'll run lines together and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe she'll
And I
even
think-
let the daughter be Elle and be like, yeah, like show me how you would do it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be really cute. And then I think.
They'll sing the little
Yeah. I think
songs
what happens.
together.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what happens is night before the show, she's like nervous. Actually, you know what? Maybe he's nervous. That would be so cute if he's like nervous.
Yeah.
And he, like comes to
He's
her
like, I
room.
haven't done this in a
And
long
he's like,
time.
I'm anxious about it tomorrow. Yeah. And then they end up like, things happen.
Yeah, things happen.
Things happen.
I realize now what
And
I was
then-
going to tell you.
Oh,
and then
yes,
you can tell me
yes,
the
go
other
for
thing.
it.
So
Yeah.
the reason that he's a single dad. So we're saying that this is the 10-year reunion. So his daughter,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 6 or 7.
Okay.
And that the reason for that is that he was very serious with someone, either like a long-term girlfriend, like someone who he was like very serious with. He doesn't make it into the NFL. And so she's like, no, if you're
she
not going to
leaves
be a
him.
millionaire,
Okay.
I'm not staying.
Because she wants to be a wag.
Right. She wants to be a wag.
Yeah.
And so when he doesn't make it into the NFL, she leaves him. But they already have, either she's already pregnant or like the baby has already been born. And so that's why he's a single parent, is that like he could not, and maybe he's even a little self-conscious about that, of that like I was this jock in high school, but like I have nothing to show for it. But like obviously you still played college football. But like he feels because of this that he doesn't have the things that people are expecting from him.
Yeah. And I think I think it's definitely like they're pregnant, everything's great, and then she ends up having the baby, and then like right around there they figure out that he's not going to be like furthering his career, and she leaves him with the baby. Because I don't, in terms of like, I don't want to introduce a whole like stepmom kind of situation, or like,
oh, you're saying the mom is not present, which is fine. We can do that.
So because I don't know. I prefer
a good co-parent, but I can also get behind
No,
She
I
just
do love a
wants to be a wag.
co-parenting. I do really like a co-parenting. I really like that. But I also don't want it to. Well,
She just doesn't want to be with
me,
him. She doesn't.
indecisive.
It's not her daughter's fault that he's not a millionaire. She just doesn't want to be with him. She wants her
Okay,
chance
yeah,
to
let's
be
do
a
that.
wag once
We'll
again.
we'll do that. Yeah. And okay, this is what it'll be. She'll be with somebody. Like she'll be with a football, like somebody who's a football. And she is a wag.
Yeah.
But she's present.
Hmm.
But they have like co-parenting is
Yeah, maybe
down.
someone else who
Like
was on his college team that did get drafted. She kind of homie
yeah.
hops to
And
him.
there's like no hard feelings or anything like that.
A
Like,
little hard feelings.
well, but like in terms of for the child,
Right.
there is like you said, Morgan,
She left
let's
him
be
because he wasn't
realistic.
making enough money. I think there's a little
True.
hard feelings, but like that,
True.
he doesn't
Yeah.
let that affect his relationship with his daughter, and he doesn't let
Yeah.
that affect her relationship with the daughter. That like,
Yeah.
mommy and
Hmm.
daddy are not together.
But I would
That's
say,
no one's fault, kind of
yeah.
thing to her.
Yeah.
But in your
Yeah.
mind,
But
you're
I
like,
would say
it's her
like
fault.
he has like full custody. I would say like he's with
Okay,
the daughter like full
full time,
time,
and he lives in that
essentially.
hometown
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
maybe
Yeah.
even like his parents help him with childcare because of that,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
why he's
And
in
like
his hometown.
maybe they're in like a little college town, so he coaches like assistant coach at like the football
He can coach
team.
high school as well, but yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Well, you know what? Because what would be fun is like at the end, at the very end in the epilogue, she takes over for the director
Mhm.
of the high school, and she
So
teaches
they
theater at the
both
high
teach
school,
in the high school.
and he teaches. Yeah, that could be fun.
That's cute. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two friends who are teachers at the same school. They're married. One is a biology teacher and one is a choir teacher.
That's so cute. That's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's very
I
wholesome.
have so much respect. Yeah, I have so much respect for teachers.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think that we've written a lovely story.
Yes. Very long, but good.
There will be some trims.
I feel like I was constantly like, yes, these happen. And I think like also in between, like, you know, there's some fun forced proximity moments and fun like fake dating moments as well that like, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I wonder.
What are we going to name it?
Ooh, a name. What's a good football meets theater terminology? I also
That's
think,
not-
real quick,
It's Taylor Swift.
if we're saying that he is the high school coach, I think it'd be really funny and also kind of sweet if the football team goes to see the performance. Because they want to support
Yeah.
coach and also bully him a little bit
Yeah.
for like support.
Yeah. Do we want to do like they have multiple performances?
Like a dress
So like
rehearsal and
obviously the
final?
first one. Well, do we want to make it like so normally with like theater performances, or at least at my high school, we did like a Friday and Saturday performance, or was it?
I
Friday,
think it would
Saturday,
just
Sunday?
be like one because
Okay.
it was for the director for their retirement.
Yeah.
So I think
So-
they're really just
okay.
putting it on for them. But
Yeah.
anybody else who's around gets to watch that one show.
Yeah. So do we want to do the dress rehearsal is where what's his name has to take over? And then the actual performance? Because if we want to do like the kids show up for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do the dress
Yeah,
rehearsal
we'll do that. Yeah.
that
yeah.
Nick has to go, and then he'll be there
Yeah.
for opening night. Single only night.
No, I think that'd be so cute because then like we could end it like the actual book could be ended like at the end, like curtain comes down
Right.
and then they kiss or something.
Yeah.
Or like yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Ugh, we love
Now
it.
there's 3
Yeah.
epilogues.
Well, no, it would just be 2, right? Because then it's okay. Wait, what? Are we
There's
just
the final
thinking?
show, the like actual show, and then the curtain comes down and they kiss. There's
Yeah.
one where they do Mamma Mia.
Okay.
And then
Well,
what was the other one?
what was the
I
other
think the
one?
other one
I think we
was
could-
like the first show that she and the daughter do together, and he brings
Yeah.
them both flowers.
Okay. I think we cut that.
No, that's
And
the
then we
cute
just
one.
do- No. Let me be cook. Let me cook. So we do the one that curtain comes down, they kiss, whatever. Then it goes like 10 years later.
Mhm.
They're doing Mamma Mia, the 2 of them. It's Sophie and whatever. And then he has flowers. And he
Who's
brings them flowers
Sophie?
afterwards. In Mamma Mia,
Oh,
the daughter. You're like, who are you
I was
talking?
like, I don't know that
Sophie
character.
Sophie and what's the mom's name? Meryl
Meryl
Streep. Sophie and Meryl Streep. God, I want to watch Mamma Mia now.
We can do
Oh, I love that movie. I still haven't seen the second one. Apparently Cher's in it.
Oh,
And I love Cher.
you love Cher.
Yeah.
I think I have seen it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
My friend said it was good. I don't know. I just haven't seen it. But yeah. Okay, what's it going to be called?
I think it would just have to be like the callback or something. A callback.
Yeah. That would be good. Yeah. Or like legally.
It doesn't have to be Legally Blonde themed.
Legally hike. Legally punted. No.
Legally punted. No. Vetoed.
No, I think the callback would be good.
Let's see if we can get a football thing in there.
Like
Hold on. Let's call in a football watcher. Please hold.
Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, well, you know this cover. You know who's doing this cover? Lenny Kaufman
Sure.
is doing the cover.
Hey, baby. Can I ask you some football-related questions? Will you just throw out some football terminology for us?
What do you mean terminology?
Just like
You want
words.
some of the words?
Yeah.
Okay. Like 1st and 10, touchdown, touchback. What kind of stuff are you looking for?
Touchback is close to callback. More
True.
words. Maybe something that has anything to do with theater, if you can. Yeah. Or music.
I guess that could go kind of towards theater.
I don't like touchdown dance.
What is like a first down?
What about excessive celebration?
That's the best thing I've ever.
It's there. That's a possibility. We have to name our theater and football book.
Is it like
Giving high
theater,
school
like a musical or like a play? Or
It is a
what kind of
musical. It's
theater?
Legally Blonde the musical. It's also a like high school reunion book.
I think we stumped him. Maybe like
Morgan, you tell me some theater words while he thinks of football words.
I missed at halftime. Intermission.
Intermission.
Oh,
Is there intermission in
yeah.
football?
What's halftime?
Yes, but they call it halftime.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like finale, obviously.
Unnecessary roughness is something in football. I don't know if that would have anything to do with it.
Maybe the scene before the big play, but probably not.
I don't know. I just feel like in a courtroom, they could be too rough.
Oh, it could be like final play or something. But I mean, it's not the end, but that something to do with like the last play that they're doing, but also the last football play that they're doing.
What's the like when they do? Not the Pro Bowl, but like if they have like an anniversary.
What's an anniversary bowl?
Is there
called?
like a
Anniversary bowl?
Yeah.
Well, they do the Super Bowl every year, or in college they do like bowls every year. The Hall of Fame game is kind of an anniversary bowl. That's not really what you're going for, I guess.
No. Okay, thank you for your football terms. I'll let you
He's
go. I love you.
the
Bye.
best. Thank
I
you.
love you too. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Bye.
Bye. Nothing.
I like the idea of like first down. I like intermission too.
I think
Or
that.
like finale. I feel
What
like
about
is good.
something like a reprise? Because like we're
Oh,
bringing back
yeah.
some stuff from high school. We're starting a new chapter.
Yeah. Well, you can always do the comeback because I feel like that's like
Oh, yeah.
football-esque.
I like that.
What's a good like theater to be like the blank comeback? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the whole podcast is just gonna be
It's
me
us
being
in
like,
silence trying to think of names for this book.
the-
Inevitable comeback.
Well, I mean, like if he was the quarterback, would it be weird to be the quarterback comeback? I feel like that's weird. I have
mean,
no
that's
idea.
fine. We can do the quarterback comeback. I think it's cheesy, but like that's okay. Sometimes romance books are cheesy.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be the comeback. Or like comeback would be more of like theater or no football.
I'm trying to think of like something football reprise. The something reprise.
Oh my god, I thought the rookie reprise. What's like for older players, like
Oh my god.
because then you have rookies and then you have. I like football.
It doesn't have to have a name.
True. You know what? Maybe it's just untitled. Yeah, let us know. Watch, somebody's gonna comment or like somebody's gonna let us know, and it's gonna be. I have so much respect for people who write. You know, because I'm indecisive, and if you couldn't tell by this podcast, I'm indecisive. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, somebody has a good name, and then yeah.
Yeah. So Morgan, if people want to know more from you, they can go on YouTube or Instagram, or where else are you? And are you
Yes.
Books and Looks with 3 S's on all of them?
Yes, I am. I'm also on Threads. If you couldn't tell from that me talking about theater, I'm also an actor. So fun. So hopefully you'll see me on the screen one day.
I hope that
Oh
everyone
my
who guest
God.
stars accidentally turns on the effects so that
I really do too. I hope I'm not the only one, because
it's wonderful.
that's so funny.
I love
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah.
What is your favorite book series of all time?
Series.
Oh, it could just be a singular. If there's a singular that you'd prefer.
Well, I love the Bergman Brothers. If we're gonna do like series, I love the Bergman Brothers series.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like my two favorite books of all time are Betrayed by Emily Henry and The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston.
And what is your guilty
Love.
pleasure book? And what I consider a guilty pleasure is not something that you actually feel guilty about, but something where you're like,
Yeah.
look, is it good?
Yeah.
Debatable. Did I have a great
Yeah.
time? Am I going to read it again? Yes.
Yes. Okay, I have two. One that is like very much so. I feel like it's a lot of people's guilty pleasure books because you read the first one and then you're like suddenly on book 12.
Mhm.
Is the Ice Planet Barbarian series by
yes.
Ruby Dixon. It's iconic. It's so wild. I love her brain. I think it's amazing. The other book, which is like, I wouldn't say controversially, but the reason why this book, it just wasn't marketed well. I love Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. I had such a fun time reading that book. And the fact that they marketed it as Bad Boy Golfer, that's not the case. That does not happen in the book. It does not happen in the book. It's fun. I had so much fun reading that book.
I think it
And
also
I
was
just think
marketed as
yeah.
Touch Her and Die Golfer.
Yeah, which is again not the case. And I can't blame Tessa for that. I really can't. But that is definitely another book that is like definitely a guilty pleasure because I feel like a lot of people were like, what does this mean? Like, what are you talking about? But I'm like, no, you just gotta go in blind and just not think about any of that marketing. And it was fun. I had a fun time. Yeah.
And then what is your most anticipated book of 2025?
I love how I have to do two for all of these because I can't pick one. One, she just posted about it today.
Mm-hmm.
It's the third book in the Skyland series by Kennedy Ryan. I'm so excited for Hendrix. I'm so excited for Hendrix's book. Can't Get Enough is what it's called. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. I just love Kennedy.
Yeah.
And she's in North Carolina, so she always comes for signings, which is amazing. She was my first ever book signing.
Oh,
ever
cute.
with an author, which was fun. And I got healed by the Kennedy Ryan hug.
Kennedy, we love you.
Which was Kennedy, I love you. She's the best.
I got hooked on her when I read I think they renamed it the All the King's Men series. I think it was called Kingmakers originally, and I was obsessed.
Yeah. See, I really want to read those on audio, but I think they're only on, are they only on like Audible?
I don't know. I read them
something?
on KU.
I heard Kendra has talked about the audio for that is like really good. Yeah, I want to do that. And then my second is, I'm an Emily Henry girly to my core. So the new Emily Henry book, I'm like really excited about.
Great. The last book you gave 5 stars to.
It was First Time Caller by B.K. Vorison. Yeah.
We love.
Again, I got really lucky. Like I was so slumpy all throughout last year. And I got really lucky because the last 3 books I read of 2024 was The Favorites by Lane Fargo, Deep End by Allie Hazelwood, and First Time Caller by B.K. Vorison. And they were all 5 stars, and I ate them up.
I want to read Deep End so bad, but I did read First Time Caller, and I loved it. On your recommendation.
Yeah. I'm still very honored that you said that, because
I saw your little posts about it, and I was like, okay, I'm in. Oh my...
I really hope everyone watches this on YouTube, because...
The reactions are so good. I wish that it could make it across audibly.
You know, it's funny, too, when I was doing that, I was like, oh, I wonder if there's going to be a heart one, and then it happened.
And what's weird is you did hearts before that, and it didn't do...
It's been inconsistent. I have to email Riverside and let them know.
Excuse me, Riverside FM.
A review.
We tried to use you for the first time, and it was weird.
All or nothing. Yeah. Yeah. What were you saying, though? I'm so sorry that interrupted.
Nothing important, I'm sure.
About First Time Caller?
Oh, just that I love First Time Caller. I liked it a lot.
So
I love
I just need the
parent book, and I know that that's like not. I don't know. I don't know if it's technically single parent or not.
No,
because they're co-parenting, but also like she is a parent and she is single. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think it is just because solely we're not getting we don't get like too much of, I don't remember his name, of her co-parent.
Yeah.
We don't really get like, obviously we get
Well, there's
some,
3 co-parents, because there's
Yeah.
her, and then her baby daddy and his husband.
and his partner. Yeah. I love
They have such
It
a
was so
cute
good.
relationship. I love them.
I know. I'm like, well, is the next one? I thought the next one was going to be You've Got Mail, but then she shared a picture of Meg Ryan from When Harry Met Sally recently.
I don't know.
Because I was thinking it was going to be dueling. It was going to be the Weatherman, and like he was talking about somebody else.
Yeah, he
who
does
was
have his
at
anger
the like
against
rival.
that other person.
Yeah, so I thought that was going to be next, but I don't know.
I thought it was going to be that guy that she goes on a date with, and then he's like, I'm in love with someone else, and so are you, clearly.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
But I think I looked it up. I don't think it's them. I think his name was like Oliver.
Dang.
And then I looked up who the names are in the next one, and neither of them are Oliver, so it can't be that.
Dang. That would be so fun. I love like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, I love when they're all tied
into
together.
like another series, you know? I love it. I'm so excited. What was your last 5-star read?
I've never read a book before.
Sorry. Not me. Like books? What are books?
My last 5-star read was Libertad by Bessie Flores Zaldivar. And it's about a girl who, she's gay, and it's a queer coming-of-age story. Let me read you the blurb. It's a queer...
Yes, please.
It's a queer YA coming-of-age set during the rigged Honduran presidential election about a young poet discovering the courage it takes to speak her truth about the people and the country she loves. As the contentious 2017 presidential election in Honduras looms and protests rage across every corner of the city, life in her city churns louder and faster. For her part, high school senior Libertad Morazan takes heart in writing political poetry for her anonymous Instagram account and a budding romance with someone new. But things come to a head when Mommy sees texts on her phone mentioning a kiss with a girl, and Libertad discovers her beloved older brother, Menor, playing a major role in the protests. As Libertad faces the political and social corruption around her, stifling homophobia at home and school, and ramped up threats to her poetry online, she begins dreaming of a future in which she doesn't have to hide who she is or worry about someone she loves losing their life just for speaking up. When the ultimate tragedy strikes, leaving her friends and family, plus the only home she's ever known, might be her only option. And it was so sad, it made me cry.
I hate a sad book.
That's
Because I
fair.
have to cry for my job, so I'm like, please no.
That's fair.
But then that means it's like so impactful though. Like it's that's a lot.
The only thing it made me
I'm
cry
sure she
was
goes
the
through so
very
much, too.
end. The very end, there's a scene, and I'm like, am I sobbing right now?
Yeah. Single tear. Tears start coming. Yeah.
And I listened to that
I
one
was
on
gonna
audio
say-
as well. You can listen to it on the Penguin Random House
nice.
audio app.
Yeah,
Penguin Random House audio.
Hey, Penguin Random House, if you ever want to do like us to make content,
Yeah, let us know.
We're here. let us know.
If anyone on the Penguin Random House audio team wants to come tell us a story and then write a book about it,
Yeah.
let me know. If anybody
Do it.
listening wants to give me a story and wants to see me and a guest turn it into a book, you can email at ifitwasabook@gmail.com.
Yay!
You should
Yeah,
read,
anytime-
just because you also work in a library, you should read,
Yeah.
the first book is called Next Best Fling, and it is a fake...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's honestly not too terribly dissimilar from what we wrote. But, I mean, it's very dissimilar,
that's funny.
but, like,
Yeah.
some of the themes are the same in the, like,
Yeah.
childhood friends to lovers and stuff. But it's a flipped square,
Yeah.
and she's a librarian, and he is an NFL player. And so there is a little bit of that football player thing.
Yeah, isn't her next book Sapphic? I think they just revealed the cover like at the end of the year.
On the way.
And I fear I need it. It looks so good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, every time I'm in the library, I'm like, it's me. I am Daphne from Funny Story. I am, and I don't even do, like, I literally just shelve and I don't do any of the, like, story time or whatever, but I'm like,
Story time
it is me.
terrifying to me.
Yeah, we have a really fun story time. It's a good time, but it's always it's like always crazy in the mornings because everybody's like, it's a bloodbath trying to get into that room. I'm really excited too. I want KT Hoffman to release a new book as well. Did you read The Prospects?
Yes, 5 stars.
Oh, a million stars. I was like, this is You know when, like, obviously Hopecore is, like, that trend on TikTok, the, like, Hopecore compilations?
Is that just like where things are like people are being nice to each other and it makes you cry? Because
Yeah,
that
people
gets
are being,
me.
like, nice to each other. People are, like, winning, like
Just like
sports
community
stuff.
existing,
Yeah.
like really
Yeah.
gets me.
Yeah. If that was, like, in a book, it would be The Prospect by
Yeah.
Casey Hoffman.
Oh, I love.
Because I was like, but I need something else.
I have a special
please.
edition.
Oh, is it the
It's the Afterlight.
what? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that book. I love that.
So
book
I also
so
bought
much.
that with real money, which means it's good. Because I don't buy books.
Yay! I know that's gonna be me this year. I'm gonna try to. I do a lot of like secondhand stuff. I try to do that for the most part. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make a YouTube video soon going through all my books because
Well, we'll keep an eye out.
there's too many. Yeah.
Well, thanks for writing a book with me. So fun, so fun.
Oh my-
Thank you for
Yay.
coming. Are there any...
Ashley, I'm gonna
Final-
force you
Yes.
to FaceTime with you.
Okay. Had a great time. I'll make you come back when I'm like, I don't have a guest. Please, Morgan.
No, I'm not kidding. Like, let's do it. But we can make it like super outlandish. Like, let's go into Omegaverse. Let's go into Monster. Please.
Next time,
Yeah.
we gotta do an Omegaverse because I love
Next
it.
time, yeah, yeah. We're doing that, and it's gonna be unhinged, and I cannot. Wait.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Be thinking
Wait, I'm
about
not
a new
even kidding. We
story,
should.
and then we'll
Okay.
turn it into an Omegaverse. Imagine this one, but it was an Omegaverse.
Everyone is in a pack. It's the entire high school is the entire like theater.
The whole theater department is in a pack. I mean,
It's alphas fighting. Oh my god, yeah. Everyone who's in the ensemble is a beta. Oh my god, yeah. No, I need it.
oh my god. Hold on, let me.
I'm dying. Yeah.